Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to your very first Icky Quickie. What's an Icky Quickie, you might say? Don't worry about it, you're about to find out. We're gonna throw 2 minutes on the clock and I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do stuff around the bench. Today we're gonna be talking about how I like to mount my RX antennas. So maybe you guys can learn from it, maybe you already do something like this. Let me know in the comments below. Let's go. A few things you're going to need: a zip tie, some heat shrink, an RX antenna, preferably attached to an RX, a really cool lighter. This one here is like a little, puts out a little jet. That way you can get your little heat shrinking on, and just try not to burn the heat shrink. If it catches on fire, that's how you know it's burning. Here's my antenna. Here's my zip tie coming off the standoff straight back. I'll take my antenna, I'll stick it here. You don't need a lot of antenna sticking off of your frame, guys, okay? That's a whole nother explanation for another video, but I'm only gonna have the actual part of the antenna that does the antennaing, which is gonna be about 1.5 inches right here. Slide my heat shrink over the zip tie and the antenna. Shrink the heat shrink, clip off the extra zip tie at the end. So for the other antenna, what we're gonna end up doing is actually making it point straight up. We've got one antenna pointing back. The other antenna we're going to want to make pointing straight up. Mainly that's just going to help with your receiver diversion. You got one pointing this way, one pointing this way. No matter how the quad is oriented, you have a good, decent signal. Now, one thing I should mention is each frame is going to be a little bit different. For this frame right here, I don't have anything to zip tie to on the back of the frame. Normally I like to zip tie to the rear of the frame and make the zip tie point straight up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clip off the end of this zip tie here, like so. I'm actually going to heat shrink it to the standoff with the antenna attached to it. So for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to take our zip tie and our RX antenna, slide our heat shrink over it, slide our standoff heat shrink over everything. Alright, so as you can see, we've got our RX here, we've got our one antenna running this way, not any longer than what's necessary, and then we've got our other antenna running straight up here, zip tied to the heat shrink, or heat shrink to the zip tie, and then heat shrink to the standoff. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw a couple zip ties here and here to help secure this all together. We're going to be done. Alright guys, here is the finished product. Yes, I actually do mount all of my mini quads just like this, all of my RX antennas. As soon as I started doing this, I stopped having issues with my antennas breaking, getting damaged, or anything like that, if you can believe it, given my reputation. Anyways, if you are watching it on Facebook or YouTube, either way, go to the comments below and let me know what you thought. Also, give me some ideas for some more Icky Quickies in the future, because I'm going to be pumping these things out. If I can find these little quick tips, I'm going to start pumping them out to you. If it's going to be like a long, drawn-out process, we're going to break them into little parts for you. So, what do you think? Good? Okay. Alright, so if you're on Facebook, go to the NoobTube YouTube page. Subscribe to that. If you're on YouTube, go to the Facebook community page, join that. And if you haven't already checked out my personal channel, guys, it's pretty cool. I don't know, kind of biased, but I go flying, I do some vlogging. Everybody says it's pretty neat, so I don't know, I'll put it somewhere. See you guys later. Have fun. Be safe, and seriously, it is really cold out there, guys. I'm in my shop, but I've got to wear all this, and the shades are just to make me look cool. All right, we got to sync the audio. Let's sync the audio.